Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the first gun review of 2025 and what a way to start it with the PSA's new 308 JAKL. Let's get this one going. All right, folks, as I said, this is Palmetto State Armory's 308 JAKL, highly anticipated. Everyone has been calling for this for a long time, including myself. Very excited to have this and to review it. This is going to be part one, and there's going to be a second part. Part one is going to be going over the features of the gun, talk about the shooting experience I've had with it so far, just plinking around and things like that. Part two will be the accuracy results when I take it to indoor 100-yard range, and we'll go over that on a separate video. So yeah, this is the JAKL, as I said. This is the 308. Now, this is the flat dark earth, and typically these guns can look a little funky with my green screen. So if the color doesn't look quite right, when I roll in B-roll footage or something like that without the green screen, that is the actual color representation of the gun. So if it looks a little funky, green screen, that's why. All right, so now we've gone over all that, let's dive right on in. Now, the overall length of this, because seem to forget that, the overall length is 34 inches. You can collapse this foldable stock and it comes in at 27 inches for the overall length, making it a little bit more compact, which is nice. All right, so let's start at the back here. This is an F5 MFG stock. Kind of reminds me of the UGG boot. I actually really like this stock. Very comfortable, lots of great features. Nice rubber butt pad on the back here. QD sling attachments on either side. It is adjustable for the pull of length, as you can see. Now, it does have a cheek riser. It is adjustable. If the stock is all the way in like this, you need to actually just pull it out a little bit and then pull back and up on your adjustable cheek riser. If it's all the way in, it can't move to rise. Okay, so yeah, adjustable, foldable with your little button here, as I said, making this nice and compact, because obviously there's no buffer system back here. Obviously, if there was, you couldn't fold it, because this is a long stroke piston system in here. So yeah, overall, nice stock. I do like it. And then moving along to your upper and lower receiver. Now, the upper receiver is monolithic, meaning it's all one piece. Now, other companies that do the monolithic is like LMT, which I love. The monolithic uppers are pretty cool. Comes with a couple of benefits. One being that obviously there's no brake here, so your handguard can't rotate. So if you have like an IR device or something, like an aiming device on past the brake, it won't rotate and throw off your accuracy or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. It does typically take more, it's more work, labor, and intensive, and costs a little more to make monolithic uppers, but they are pretty sweet in my opinion. It does have a full 13 pick rail all the way along here with a couple of lightning cuts at the top. Now you have your ejection port, your brass deflector. Moving it down to your lower, it's a standard AR-10 lower. So you have a safety, your standard safety. For the price point, I know this might be a little nitpicky. I've been playing with this gun. I have taken it apart and play with it. And the gun, because I've been shooting, it's pretty filthy. So you might see it's not camel. It's grease or dirt or carbon or whatever you want to call it. So again, yeah, so safety. It has a standard safety. I kind of feel at this price point, an ambi safety would have been kind of nice. Now, I realize not everybody loves ambi safeties. I do, and I just think for the price point, maybe an ambi safety in there would have been kind of a nice little feature. Maybe other versions will have it. You have your standard bolt catch and release on this side. Now, the way that this actually goes into the upper receiver, it'd be probably pretty hard to change this out to an aftermarket one, because as you can see, it sits inside the upper receiver. So like you have like the maritime bolt catch, which is a lot wider. It probably wouldn't fit in there. So if you want to upgrade that, just be aware that may cause some issues. You might not be able to do that. Okay, moving down, it does come with a Magpul grip. It does have, where did I put them? Oh, they're here. It does come with a couple of additional back straps, so you can change them out to get whatever grip that you would like. It's polymer, there's no rubber overmold, low storage compartment on the bottom. Overall, it's a nice grip. Again, everything's going to come down to personal preference when it comes to furniture. Comes with one standard 20 round capacity magazine, slightly flared magwell, and the enhanced trigger guard. Now this is all one piece into this lower, so this can't be changed even if you wanted to, but I do like that it is slightly curved. That is my preference personally. Now, the trigger is Palmetto State Armory's EPT trigger, enhanced polish trigger. It's a single stage. I think that you'd probably best upgrading this trigger to a double stage trigger, a two-stage trigger, excuse me, if you're wanting to do more, precision work on top of maybe, close-in work. The two-stage for me just kind of have best of both worlds, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with this trigger, though. Again, personal preference. I think I would upgrade it to a stage 2, but that's just me. But there's little to absolutely no take-up on this trigger. Nice break. Let's check the reset. Nice, positive, and tactile, as you heard. It's definitely a step up from a standard mil-spec trigger, so not a bad trigger in there at all. Trigger weight, I did do a trigger weight on my wheeler, and it's about 6 pounds, pretty consistently for me. All right, moving on up to the rail. Now, as I said, this bottom piece can be taken out, right? There's a screw here on either side and down here, and you can pop off this bottom rail piece. This part is the monolithic part is the top part. So you can take this out. It has M-lock slots at the 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 o'clock positions. So there's still plenty of room to attach whatever you need, bipod, lights, whatever that may be. So, nice rail. Again, very reminiscent to the standard JAKL if you've played with them. You'll notice that we have the slot on this side and the slot on this side where your charging handle is. Now you can see this is a round knurling charging handle. I like this upgrade. I have one that's similar on my Benelli M4. You can get, they've got some texture in there. It's very easy to grip. I do like that. Very cool upgrade. And actually, you can change this to make it to the other side if you want, and I'll show you how to do that. It's very simple. So if you want the charging handle on the other side, if you want to run it like an AK, you can do that if you want to. Very simple. And as I said, I will show you how to do that. QD sling attachments on either side of the rail there also. Moving on up, you have a tool-free or toolless adjustable gas block right here. Has 8 positions, so so obviously if you're putting a suppressor on here, you can put that on and tune this to how it needs to be, or if you're running it without it, again you can tune the gun to however you want to run it. So very cool. And PSA does say, hey, we want you guys to suppress these and run them suppressed. So very nice. Now, as I said kind of earlier, it's a long stroke piston system that's below this handguard. We'll go over that in a little bit more details when I take it apart. Your barrel is a 14.5-inch pinned and welded. You do not need to SBR this. This is pinned and welded, making the overall length 16 inches, making it a rifle. So you don't have to do any extra paperwork. You don't have to worry about that. 1 in 10 twist. So it's a nitride finish. So 4150 moly steel. And you have, on my particular version, I have a chemo adapter, flash hider. Depending on what suppressor mount, they have other ones that you can get. But I was running dead air on this, that's why I have that there. Now the gun also does come with a couple of different options. They have a B&T stock. If you don't like this one, they have another one. And there's the flat tack earth, and there is a black version currently. So there's a couple of different options you can select for what you like. I kind of like this color, the FDE. I think it looks pretty dang cool. Now, the overall fit and finish on the outside is very nice. Very happy with it. Again, if you've played with a JAKL, or if you've seen my previous JAKL videos where I've done like the 5.56 or the 300 blackout, I think the fit and finish is really nice on these guns. So definitely no complaints from me. Now, what we're going to do, put this down on the table. We're going to change it around, the camera angle around, and we'll show you how to take it down and the internals of the gun. Okay, now to take this down, it's the exact same way as any AR-15/AR-10. You've got the front and back pivot pins that you'll push in. Now, these are a little stiff. Back on the front one is really stiff. So you just push them in, and you're going to pop them out. If I get my nails under there, there we go. All right, and then you'll just pull it off like so. So then this is your lower, and you'll notice obviously we have a piece in here because there is no buffer tube back there, so you don't need that. But that is your inside of the lower. All right, now take the upper down. You're going to go to the back, and you're going to go to this top piece here. You're going to push it forward and down, and so it comes loose like that. When you get to that point, you can come back to your charging handle, and you can just push that back like so. And you're going to pull out your bolt kit. So this is your guide rod and spring, very reminiscent of an AK, because this is actually, as they refer to it, is a hybrid of AK and an AR-15. So this is kind of the bolt carrier grip is more of an AK with the piston system and stuff, and your guide rod and spring, and then you come to your bolt. Excuse me, your bolt. Yeah, you come to, and then you come to your bolt, and you'll notice that obviously it does look like a standard AR-10 bolt, but look at it's got 2 extractors in there. That's pretty cool too. Oh, let me see if I can get the camera on here. It does come with dual extractors, which is pretty cool to see. I do like that. I just upgraded my CAC bolt to dual extractors, and that's crazy that PSA has got one here too. So. Yeah, that's very basic field disassembly of that. Now, obviously, I've been shooting suppressed and unsuppressed, and the gun's filthy. Now, I was talking about making this ambidextrous. So it's the same as the original JAKL. Once you get back to this point, you can pull out the charging handle, and then you can put it in on the other side. Oops, upside down, and you should be good to go. Like so, and that's how easy it is to change to the other side. So just pull it back to the back there, pull that out. We're going to switch this back to where I want it, and then you just so you can see there it goes in there. Just make sure it lines up on the other side, and slide it forward. And that is really how simple it is to change that to be on either side, however you would like it. So very cool feature. Again, that's on the standard original JAKL also. All right, now we are back together. Let's talk about shooting it. As I said, I shot suppressed and unsuppressed, 0 issues, except, you know, if I stuck off the suppressor on, I had to find my adjustment to make sure it cycled properly, but that's not really a problem. So yeah, it shot really, really well. Surprisingly, for 308, it was very comfortable to shoot. The recoil was very manageable. You know, after I got about 200 rounds through it, my shoulder wasn't hurting. Like, it was nice to shoot, like really comfortable to shoot. Kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I thought it'd have a little more oomph, but it was definitely nice to shoot. I did enjoy it a lot. Now, this isn't a long-term review. Obviously, this is just a kind of an initial review, my initial thoughts. I was a big fan of the 5.56 JAKL and the 300 Blackout JAKL, and I really like, so far, the 308 JAKL. I think it looks sexy as hell. It's got some nice upgrades. It shoots really well. I love that it's that kind of AK AR combo style, like the previous models, and it kind of looks like a SCAR. Not a SCAR, it kind of looks like one. So yeah, very cool. So initial impressions are very positive. Again, you know, obviously this is just the beginning and initial review. It'll be interesting to see how the accuracy is in part 2. So tune in for that. But so far, so good. Remember, PSA has a lifetime warranty on all of their guns. So if you ever do have a problem with them, you can send them back to get fixed. Just throwing it out there in case anyone does have a problem with their guns. But so far, so good. I like it. I think it's cool. Stay tuned for part 2. See you next time.